50 Cent and P. Diddy's feud is one of hip-hop's longest-running rivalries, a clash between two moguls who represent very different sides of the culture. On one side, you have 50 Cent, the street, hardened hustler who built his empire on confrontation, trolling, and calling out hypocrisy. On the other, you have Sean Diddy Combs, the polished businessman, the flashy mogul, the man who turned Bad Boy Records into a global brand. Their beef has spanned decades, fueled by business competition, personal insults, and accusations that cut to the core of their reputation. And if there's one thing you can count on, is that 50 Cent never misses a chance to troll Diddy. The tension between the two started in the early 2000s when 50 Cent was exploding onto the scene with his Get Rich or Die Trying. At the time, Diddy was already an established mogul, running Bad Boy Records, launching Shine John clothing, and expanding into liquor and television. While the two initially showed mutual respect, 50 quickly began to take issues with what he saw as Diddy's questionable business practice. He also accused Diddy of exploiting his artists, pointing to examples like The Lox, Mace, and Shine, artists who had publicly complained about being stuck in restrictive contracts while Diddy profited. 50 positioned himself as the truth teller, the guy who wouldn't let the industry biggest mogul off the hook. One of the earliest sparks came when 50 began mocking Diddy's music. He dismissed Diddy's 2006 album, Press Play, as weak and claimed Diddy was more focused on fashion shows and vodka bottles than making real hip-hop. But things got personal when 50 started making jokes about Diddy's relationship with other men in the industry. In one famous interview, 50 claimed that Diddy once told him, "We need to go shopping together."
That's the kind of stuff that when people say that to me, I get a little uncomfortable. I get uncomfortable. Like he said something to me one time, a long time ago, at Chris Lighty's wedding. He told me he'd take me shopping. I looked at him like, what you just say? Let me move, man, before I do something. You're gonna make me mess up the wedding.
50 spun this into a running joke, suggesting that Diddy's mentorship of younger rappers often came with ulterior motives. He repeated the story in multiple interviews, using it to paint Diddy as someone who blurred the lines between business and personal life. From there, 50's trolling became relentless. When Diddy launched Ciroc Vodka, 50 mocked him constantly, calling it puffy juice and claiming Diddy inflated sales numbers. Later, when 50 partnered with F and Vodka, he turned the liquor rivalry into a full-blown marketing war. He posted memes of himself pouring out Ciroc, photoshopped images of Diddy holding effing bottles, and even ran social media campaigns clowning Diddy's brand. For 50, trolling wasn't just personal, it was business strategy. Every time he mocked Diddy, he boosted his own brand. But 50 didn't stop at liquor. He mocked Diddy's dancing, posted clips of him at award shows with captions like, "This is your mogul." He clowned Diddy's fashion choices, his reality shows, and even his age, calling him Grandpa Puff. When Diddy was photographed hugging Rick Ross of French Montana, 50 would repost the pictures with captions suggesting Diddy was too affectionate with his artists. He even went as far as to say, "Diddy's the type of guy that'll take you shopping and then try to hold your hand." These comments weren't just jokes, they were designed to chip away at Diddy's image as powerful and a respected mogul. The feud also touched on darker territory. When 50 Cent made comments about Diddy's connection to the deaths of the Notorious Big and Shane's prison sentence, suggesting that Diddy had failed to protect or properly support those closest to him. He accused Diddy of being selfish, of always putting himself above his artists. These accusations were controversial, but they echoed long-standing criticisms of Diddy's business practices. For 50, it was about painting Diddy as someone who built his empire on the backs of others. And then came the scandals that shook Diddy's empire to its core. In late 2023, Diddy's longtime partner, Cassie, filed a bombshell lawsuit accusing him of years of abuse, manipulation, and forcing her into what she described as freak-offs, disturbing encounters where she claimed Diddy coerced her into sexual acts with other men while he watched. The lawsuit was settled quickly, but it opened the floodgates. More allegations followed, and by 2024, federal authorities indicted Diddy on charges tied to sex trafficking, racketeering, and abuse. The image of untouchable mogul was shattered. 50 Cent wasted no time. He turned Diddy's indictment into one of his biggest trolling campaigns yet. He posted memes of Diddy in handcuffs, mocked the freak-off allegations with captions like, "Brother Love got caught loving too much," and even announced he was working on a documentary series about Diddy's alleged crimes. Every new headline about Diddy became ammunition for 50, who gleefully reminded fans that he had been calling out Diddy's behavior for years. For 50, this wasn't just trolling anymore, it was vindication. Diddy, for his part, has mostly chosen to ignore 50's provocation, occasionally dismissing him as a clown, but never engaging at the same level. But the damage to his reputation has been undeniable. Once seen as hip-hop's ultimate mogul, Diddy is now fighting for his legacy in courtrooms and in the court of public opinion, and standing on the sidelines, laughing the loudest is 50 Cent. At its core, the beef between 50 Cent and P. Diddy is a battle of images, the street hustler versus the mogul, the troll versus the businessman. But with Diddy now facing indictments and allegations that threaten to erase decades of success, 50 has positioned himself as the man who saw it coming all along. Their feud has spanned music, liquor, fashion, and personal lives. While it has cooled at times, it has never truly ended. Because if there's one thing 50 knows how to do, it's keep a grudge alive and keep the world entertained while he does it.